I'm Dory, and on this episode of Ask Starbase, I'll be answering a question from Aragon. Aragon would like to know, what would happen to the Earth if the moon disappeared? So let's imagine a real-life villain like, say, Gru from Despicable Me decided to blow up the moon instead of steal it. How would that impact our planet? One serious change would be much weaker tides. The pull of the moon and sun cause Earth's seas to experience high and low tides. Without the moon, species around the world living in tidal zones would lose a lot of their habitat, making it harder for them to survive. Other species like the California grundenfish and some sea turtles depend on the tides to know when to reproduce. Weaker tides may make it more difficult for these animals and other species that depend on them to survive. The movement of the tides impacts how quickly our planet rotates as well. The friction between the Earth spinning and the water moving slows down the rotation just a little bit. The more evenly the water spreads out, the less friction it will cause. Before the formation of the moon, some scientists have predicted that one day on planet Earth was only 6 hours long. While things aren't likely to change that dramatically, it's possible that we would have less time in a day than we do now. What about moonlight? Nocturnal animals are able to navigate much more efficiently when the moon is out. Without the moon, predators would have a very difficult time spotting their prey, leading to overpopulation of the prey species and possible extinction of the predators. The moonlight also helps insects find food and return to their burrows safely. Some plants, like Ephedra foamina or joint pine, even take advantage of the light to attract pollinators. Other organisms, including the coral polyps and the Great Barrier Reef, reproduce according to the cycles of the moon. Reproduction for these organisms always happens between October and December, just after a full moon. So even the lack of light itself would have a tremendous impact. Other changes may not be as immediate, but still dire for our planet. Currently, the moon acts as a stabilizer for Earth's rotation. As our planet turns, it wobbles a little bit, like a top spinning. If the moon wasn't there, the Earth's rotation would become less and less stable, like what we see as a top slows down. Without something to stabilize things, Earth would experience severe climate change. Depending on the wobble, the Earth could change its tilt from 23 4/10 of a degree to 0, which would mean the end of seasons, or 90 degrees, where the poles would be the hottest places on the planet and the equator would freeze. To sum up, if the moon suddenly disappeared, our planet and everything living on it would have a bunch of challenges to face. Thankfully, we aren't expecting that to happen anytime soon. Thanks for watching this episode of Ask Starbase, and a special thank you to Aragon for asking this question. If you have a question, email it to ask@starbase-ct.com, or you can submit it on our website, starbase-ct.com. Stay safe and be well. Bye!